Hello Polaris! In today's lesson we are going to talk about the plant kingdom. Just so you know, some of these pictures are a little bit blurry, but hopefully you can still read what they say. The plant kingdom is one of 6 kingdoms. What makes the plant kingdom unique is the ability to make their own food by soaking up sunlight through leaves and making it into food. We are going to go a bit into detail on the plant kingdom, so stay with me here. The plant kingdom is separated into non-vascular and vascular plants. Non-vascular just means that these group of plants don't have special tissues to move water and food through the plant, but they have adapted to do so in other ways. Vascular means that they have the special tissues like tubes that move water and food throughout the stem of the plant. They are then separated into even smaller groups that share similar characteristics with other plants in that specific group. Whew, I had to give my eyes a break. I know it's a lot of information, but don't worry. If you get confused, I even get confused about the plant kingdom sometimes too. So get ready. We're going to start by learning about non-vascular plants. Remember, these plants don't have special tissues to move water and food throughout the plant, but they have learned to do so in other ways. Can you name the 3 smaller groups within the big group of non-vascular plants? If you said liverworts, hornworts, and mosses, you are correct. What makes these plants special is that they do not produce flowers, fruit, or wood like a tree. Now let's go back a bit. We're done with non-vascular plants. Let's talk about vascular plants. This group is made up of spore-producing plants and seed-producing plants. Let's discuss the spore-producing plants first. What makes up the group of spore-producing plants are club mosses, horsetails, and ferns. Here's an example of a spore. A spore is just another way for a plant to reproduce. It's not quite like a seed, which is why this group has its own special small grouping. Now we're done with spore-producing plants, and we're going to head into seed-producing plants, which can get pretty complicated. We'll start with non-flowering plants and flowering plants. The reason these are split up into 2 groups is pretty simple. Non-flowering plants don't make flowers, and flowering plants, you guessed it, makes flowers. The non-flowering plants are made up of conifers, cycads, and ginkgos. None of these small groups make flowers. We're back to our non-flowering plants and our flowering plants, but we are done with our non-flowering plants and talking about our flowers. The flowering plants make up monocots and dicots. Both of these types of plants produce flowers. And here we are back to the beginning. We are all done covering the plant kingdom. Of course, there's a lot of details about each and every one of these small groups. If you have any questions and you want to talk further about some of these small groups, feel free to ask me about them. I love plants and I'd love to share the passion with you. And you guessed it, we are recording this work, of course. First, second, and third levels have a choice to choose whatever work they would like to complete. So, in order to record this, you have a couple of options. Your first option is to go to the Google Drive under Botany and find a master copy of the plant kingdom that has nothing filled in. Your job would be to fill in all of the blank spots and color in the pictures of the plants. Then you can just glue that into your composition notebook. Another option would be to go out on a walk with your parents and find different mini groups of the plant kingdom. Record what groups you might find in your neighborhood in your composition notebook. Any other recording options are up to you. Get creative with this. I won't be having any examples of finished work this time. However, you can find a finished copy of the plant kingdom under the Botany folder in the Google Drive. In the same place, you will also find the Blackline Master, which is a blank copy of the Plant Kingdom that you can fill in. And that is it for today's lesson on the Plant Kingdom. I know it was a lot, but thanks for hanging in there. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thanks. See you later.